Paul, in the end, it was a quiet deadline day for you, wasn't it? But you've done all your business before that.
Yeah, really pleased with who we brought in over the course of the summer. We still were trying to strengthen quite late and got thwarted with one that we were desperately trying to get in, but that happens, that's fine. We didn't go into it panicking, we weren't going to overpay or overstretch ourselves or do anything crazy. And like I said, all window, if we had an opportunity to improve anywhere in the team, we would, and I think we've improved a lot of it, which we're pleased with. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the group and look forward now to just settling down to the season, really.
The one signed on Sunday, Kane Wilson, you know all about, obviously. Terrific player, played all season in the Championship last year, won promotion the year before in League One.
Yeah.
At this level, he should rip it up, shouldn't he?
He should be good, yeah, hopefully. He's going to need time to settle in. I think when you drop down a level as a player, you think, this is going to be, not arrogantly, but you've got to be confident to be a professional footballer. You just think it's going to be easy, but it isn't the case. I had it myself when I went out on loan and dropped a couple of leagues. I thought, this will be great. In the first few games, I was horrific, like the worst player on the pitch, and then I became good again. So I'm hoping there's going to be an easy transition for him, but he's a little bit ring rusty, but hopefully if he gets to play a part of the weekend. But the good thing is with Kane, obviously I know him, so there's less risk from a managerial point of view, and I always keep in contact with my players. So I did threaten I was going to drive to his house and stick him in the boot of the car, which would have been extreme. So luckily he agreed the deal. But he's got promoted with Forest Green. I tried to sign him then he went to Bristol City, and then I did sign him from Bristol City, and he played a massive part in our promotion there, and played a lot of games in the Champ since. So it was a bit of a coup to convince him to come, and really pleased. And not only is I hope the fans get to see who he is, what sort of person he is, what character he is, because he's one funny kid, but also strangely really intelligent. He's a bit of an oxymoron. But yeah, really good kid, but he just wants to take people on. He wants to excite crowds. He gets fueled by anyone who cheers anything he does. So at times he plays like he's 7, which is quite a nice way to play when you don't see consequence, and that's why he excites people. So I'm really pleased that he's come and joined us.
Good age as well, isn't he? I must admit, I was a bit surprised he was 25 because he's been around so long and played so many league games.
Yeah, he has played a lot of games, yeah. It's one of them he must have had a big paper round. But yeah, he does. He has been around a while, and hopefully his experience will help the group.
Still a possibility of bringing anyone else in, free transfers, things like that, or is that something that
it's nothing I haven't considered it strongly. However, you could interview me at 5 o'clock on Saturday, and I've got a man-eating fly on me at the moment. It might be something I consider then, but at this moment in time, I'm happy with my squad. I'm happy how it looks, and unless we needed to react to something, I can't see that happening now.
How's this week been, following up from the first defeats? You move on. I mean, it could easily have been a victory, couldn't it, the amount of chances you had? Yeah, I thought we were really good. Like I said to the lads after the game, I think I said in my post-match that I didn't like the first half a great deal, but I really liked the second half. And if they play like that and they don't win, that's fine. That's on me. And we're not going to go through the whole season unbeaten. We're going to lose plenty of games. I'm okay with that. I always want to try and go for wins, and unfortunately we lost. And like I said, I don't think over the course of the game we deserved to lose. I think we probably had the best stats we've had in any game, really. And over the course of the weekend we had the best running stats in the league. So all them things mean the effort was there. We just, unfortunately didn't put the ball away. So there's no drama. I don't get too excited when we win, and I don't get too disappointed when we lose, because there wasn't a lot wrong apart from scoring. So the lads have been good. We show them again where we thought we were really strong at the weekend and where we can improve on, and that's the constant thing. And then we've had a good 4 days on the training pitch this week, which has been good. And you're without Mendes-Lang, but you've got plenty of attacking options behind him, haven't you? So it won't be as big a loss as it might be elsewhere, perhaps. Yeah,
that's true. And you don't want to lose any of your players at any time, but to lose Nat isn't ideal. But then, in fairness, I know how proud he is to play for his country. It means a lot to him, and if you could see Nat around the training ground, he's a real powerful force. He drives standards all the time, on and off the pitch, and maybe subconsciously him playing for his country keeps him who he is. So, if you said to me I can have Mendes but I miss him for 6 games of the season or not, I know which one I'd take. So it's disappointing to lose him, but hopefully he comes back healthy and had a good couple of results out there that pushes his country to where they want to get to. So, but it is a miss, you're right, and we do have a lot of options out wide. So, it's no different from him twisting his ankle and being out for 2 weeks. It's no massive concern.
You come up against a side that everybody's talking about, Grimsby.
Yeah, done really well. I mean, I know the manager really well. I played with him. I played with him. Ledge Dave. So managed against him. I don't think I've had that much success against him actually, which isn't great. I mean, that has to change sooner or later. Obviously, it can't go on forever. But yeah, they've had a good start to the season, and obviously emulated with the amazing cup performance, which is great for when the lower league teams take a scalp. So really pleased for him in that. I was cheering him on, although after it got past 10 penalties, I've got to be honest, my excitement waned a little bit. I was thinking, this is amazing, but look, I'm getting up at 5, I really need this to end. So, but really impressed with the whole performance, and it was just great to see like a lower league ground like bouncing the way it was. So really pleased for them. But now it's like obviously back to business, and they narrowly lost to Bristol Rovers last week, which they could have won. And in fairness to them, coming off the back of the cup game, massive respect for the energy they played with, because I know how much emotional energy it takes out of you, let alone physical. So it'll be a real good test for us at the weekend, and we're in a real tough run of games really on paper. So after another 4 or 5 games, we'll have a really good idea of where we're going to be. He was a
youngster, wasn't he, Rotherham, when you were quite an established player, but he was a bit of a bruiser.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say he was one ugly centre half. I don't think he'll mind me saying that. He won't. If he says anything different to that, then he's been hit too many times on the head. He was a real competitor, a local lad, but his parents are both massive Rotherham fans, so it was a real honour for him to go through the system and play and be part of the promotion team. And then I do remember him coming back in not the best shape and lost his place based on a celebratory summer, which he will obviously admit to as well, hopefully. And then he went and played his football elsewhere, had a really good career and got into management and coaching, and he's done brilliant at that as well. So really pleased for him, and yeah, he's one of the good footballing stories, really.
Do you think they'll come here and give it a proper go, or do you think they'll sit back like a lot of teams probably will?
No, I think they'll come here and give it a proper go. I think they'll see it that they're in really good form, and like when you're in good form and you play on the front foot and you get at teams, it's then really hard to put everyone back on a lead and sort of say, do you know what, everyone just come off it a little bit, because you then get caught between a rock and a hard place, and then it's probably more difficult for the lad. So I don't think he'll change the way he's been playing. I think he'll come after it, and rightfully so, think he's got a really good chance to beat us. I mean, I don't think he turns up with a team that feels like they're going to be overrun or overfought. They're a really good, hard-working team that create a lot of chances. I think they create the most chances in the league. So, no, he'll come here full of confidence, no doubt. And it's our job as a team to start the game really well and try and chink away at the confidence.
Cool.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Sam, sharing the only business I suppose you guys conducted on Monday, departing for Cheltenham Town, a player we barely really got to see over the last 12 months, and I don't think he even kicked a competitive ball for you in the end.
No, Sad for Sam. When I first joined, he was injured. I think he joined in the last training session I was here. Then he was having a good pre-season, and this is the importance of pre-season. Obviously, he had a really good pre-season. Then he got injured. A bad time, obviously. It was the Peterborough home game, I think he got injured. And then at the time then as well, we then started having a lot of centre-half injuries, which wasn't great. And it's like he's sort of been done by consequence, really. Not done, but found it more difficult because then other people got fit before he did. Plus I signed another centre-half. And like last season we were playing with a 3. This season we've started with a 2. So I had a conversation with him, and like I did with Callum, that you're a bit down the pecking order. I'm not forcing you out of the door. That's not how we work, but it might be worth having a look to see if there's something out there that might tickle your fancy, so to speak. So he went to Cheltenham, and I think he played in the first game for about 60, 70 minutes. So hopefully he'll nail down a place and play regular football, and that's all the lads want to do. So we had an honest, candid conversation. I obviously texted him when he left, and I texted him after the game, and I haven't texted him today, but I will keep on him for a bit. I'm on Callum all the time as well. So no, but he's a really good kid. He is a good footballer. It's just the fact that the way it was, everyone got fit, signed another one, and then he found himself like, I don't know, 5th choice centre half. And when you're only playing 2, as a player, it's hard to see your way back into the team. So there's an obvious conversation to have.
A lot of was made initially by the squad size and how big it was. You wanted obviously players to leave. Did that play a part in what you were doing on Monday as well, or was it just a case of if there's players available that we want, we'll go and get them? There's no point having more than your squad size, because I don't want to have someone who gets paid to come in and pick up the cones. So it's more about the fact that if I could have got one more in, I would have had a conversation with one of my other players that I knew would have knocked it down the pecking order. However, if that player chose not to leave, then I wouldn't have signed the new one. As simple as that. I wouldn't. I'd have to do it the right way round. But I'm really pleased with the group I've got. But you could speak to any manager, like Arsenal manager would change one if he knew he was getting better in. So unfortunately, it's a cruel part of the game, but it's an essential part of the game. And in fairness, we've got a mature group here. They understand what's going on. I've always been candid with him. And I did say to him on numerous occasions, you can ask the captain next time you speak to him, but look, you can come and knock on my door any time. If you don't want to be here, you don't think you're going to get in the team, then we'll have an honest conversation. That never took place. I didn't have any agents asking me to get any players out, but all that aside, if I could have signed Del Piero from the 90s, I would have. And then I had to have a conversation with one of my midfielders, because I loved him. A serious player, wasn't he?
Cool.
Serious player.
I mean, what I've found is these interviews, I'm sticking it to a certain age group, aren't I? Because there'll be people now going, how do you spell Del Piero? Like, they haven't got a clue, have they?
Only know him through FIFA, probably.
Yeah. I loved him.
No, he was a serious talent. But you've got plenty of talent in your dressing room now. I mean, you must be really pleased with the business you did, and obviously the squad that you're going forward to.
Yeah, I was really pleased. Thanks. At the start of the window to where we are, I think you sort of forget. I don't mean this. I mean collectively, you sort of forget what you've done. So I did a thing on Monday to the lads about Tuesday morning, about you had your chance to get out of Alcatraz, you've stayed, so you know how it is. You have to run. Now. Yeah, you have to run. You have to play forward. You have to gas out, the usual sort of my sayings. But I also done a thing about all the players that we've signed. There was a picture of each player, and you sort of forget because there's been strewn over 3 years, it feels like 3 months, that you sort of forget the players that we have signed. So I'm really pleased how the window went. And if you'd around time to start of May and you said, right, you signed Mendes, you signed Rush, you signed Collins, because people forget about Collins because he's injured. You strengthen your front line. The players I've signed are like Guess injured, bless him. And then I've signed Buffalo, Marv, Will. Trying to think who else I've signed. Is that it?
Marvin,
Kane.
Oh yeah, he's the Buffalo. Yeah.
Tom Finch.
Finch.
There's 10 in there, isn't there?
Yeah, but it looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness,
John Mellish.
Oh, Mellish is my latest one. Yeah, in fairness to him, yeah, John. Yeah. So, but it was like action shots that made them all look like monsters on the screen. So yes, I'm really pleased. I mean, if I would have done 3 of them on the last day of the window. If I'd have got like Mendes, Patterson, forgot about him. Easy to forget about him. Patterson
He's not done
and Rushing on the final day, everyone will be like, oh my God, what a window. And I think most people who understand football think we have had a good window. So, without sounding too saccharine, I thank the owner for that, because he supported everything we tried to do, which has been great.
And as you mentioned, Grimsby this weekend, I mean, now the proper business starts, doesn't it? We don't have to worry about the transfer window anymore. We don't have to keep talking about it, and it's all hands to the pump. Yeah,
and it's bobble hat season. I think that is obviously the bobble hat in the room. Bobble hat season, which is great news for me. I literally came down the stairs as my kit man was coming up, and he had these bags of kit. And I was like, oh my God, what we got? I thought it was going to be a gilet. I love a gilet. What is it? He went, I've got some for you, Gaffer. What is it? Pulled out a hat. We've got 2 And I went, well, obviously both are mine. He went, yeah, but I'll put one for games, and you can have one now. And I was
like, you got a special game one and a
well, because I can't be trusted to turn up.
Fair.
Because I'm a little bit loose with my mental skills at times. So so I need someone I need like a carer. That's what I need. So to say, there's your hat, Gaffer. Thank you, well done. And then if I wear his hat and we win, I'm so superstitious. Then like I've lost the hat that he gave me. Who wears that hat? You got your hat, Gaffer. And this is mine. So it goes crazy. So yeah. So in regards to everything else, it's helped my brain that I don't have to now leave this and then have a 3-hour recruitment meeting watching players who are playing in, out of Mongolia when they were 13, and you're thinking, wow, this is tough. Recruiting is tough. The lads do a lot of amazing work behind the scenes, and then they show me the tip of the iceberg. But even the tip of the iceberg is tough. So the fact that we're not doing that now, but it's constantly going, and you can just concentrate on the team. So like after this, I can go back now and watch training back. I can clip that up, show the lads tomorrow the stuff we liked. It just cleans up your mental space really, just to concentrate on games. And like after next week, it becomes Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. It starts coming thick and fast. So which is good. And then you can have all your energy for your players. Like today, I think I've had 3 personal meetings with 3 individual players. If I'm honest, last week I didn't have the mental space for it. I didn't have the time. It was like, what's your view on this? I'll be trying to get him. Do you want to speak to him? When do you want the FaceTime? When are you going to speak to the agent? It was like constant. Whereas for all managers now and coaches, you can just focus on the team, which is a nice place to be.
How's the treatment room looking? I mean, not seen Lawrence Maguire at all this season. Kane Thompson-Summers was out for a little bit, wasn't he? And of course Scott Hogan as well.
Yeah, I was going to do something about we've painted it, but
What's the decor like as well?
Yeah, so it's really impressive. I mean, they're allowed a TV in there now. Did they have a TV in there last year? I don't like going in rooms that's deadly quiet. It's a bit dull. I like a bit of life. And in fairness to my fitness team, brilliant. Whenever you go up to the training ground, which you're obviously welcome to ever come watch training, by the way, they always have music on. And they have music like, I would call it dad's music, which is good. Don't go for the R&B cool stuff that everyone pretends they like. Go for the stuff that everyone can sing along to. So that's good. So anyway, try and incorporate it into the physio room. But in regards to the injuries, Scotty Hogan's been training. He's looking more like. Mags has joined in the last 3 days, but not all of training. Been really impressed with him. I just saw him just down there, told him how good I thought he trained today. He looked really good. Kane's still with physios, and obviously Joe and Geth are a long way off. So I think that's it, isn't it?
Aaron Collins is probably the only other one, but he's...
Oh yeah, one arm. So he joins in on all my shooting drills, and because I love shooting drills, so I train him. Like I'm like his personal coach now, like literally, like he's gone to private school and they've allocated me as his teacher. So I just follow him around with a bag of balls most days now. So he joins into a lot, but he can't do the contact stuff. Although he got good news this week, so he's telling me that the surgeon said that he can be involved in the Chesterfield game in the squad. I mean, that's nice, the surgeon. I wasn't aware that he picks the squad, which is good, isn't it? It's positive, isn't it? Yeah. Let me know if he's telling you he's starting, yeah? And we'll pick the team around.
Take a day off.
Yeah, we'll pick the team around Mr. Brown, the specialist arm surgeon. So he's in a good place. I think he'll join in full training, full contact next week. And obviously, you can tell his arms are like massive now. They're so developed, like you won't recognise them when you see him. But it'd be great to see him back because his finishing he's been doing with me this week has been outstanding. So we have missed him.
And it's one of those players that, I mean, fans saw him for all of an hour, and like you mentioned at the start, like he's almost one of those forgotten players because he came in so early, and people have barely seen him.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So it'd be nice to have him back, and it's nice to think that you've got like Aaron Collins as your 19th man. Until I get the text off the surgeon tell me he's in, but the 19th man, and then he's on the bench, and like as a player, if you're playing on the top line, and like Az is on the bench or Lecco or whoever is on the bench, they should be pushing the starting 11. That's what you want. You want that feeling of like, if I don't play good today, Gaffer's bringing him on after 60, and he'll throw rose petals at everyone's feet and come out and do something amazing. So yeah, that's what you want. So I'm really pleased that he's coming back. And it's hard though, because experience tells you get excited about players coming back. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? By the time you get there, something else has happened, isn't it? it's like the epitome of Rich always says it to me about the quilt. Your feet are cold, so you keep the quilt there, but then your head's cold, so you pull it over your head, and then your feet are cold again. Like whatever you seem to solve, there seems to be another problem. I mean, that's how complicated our conversations are in the coaches' room. We're really clever guys, aren't we? The old quilt.
That's why you wear a bobble hat, though, isn't it?
You are?
That's why you wear the bobble hat.
Bobble hat and socks, in fairness, Richie's theory's gone, isn't it? Yeah. Completely gone. So, and that's a good look in bed. Who doesn't want to live with someone who wears socks and a bobble hat in bed? It's a strong look.
That's Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
Nice one, thanks, Paul.
Always.
Thanks, Paul. Given the attackers you've got at your disposal, and given the fact that you like direct, straightforward football, we still didn't score a goal on Saturday at home, in front of a healthy crowd.
Yeah.
Football isn't always that simple and straightforward, is it?
No. I mean, you can set up to create as many chances as you want, but it never goes to plan. And if it did, no one would come, would they? And that's the joy of football, isn't it? It's disgusting, isn't it? It makes you feel sick, it makes you feel happy, it makes you feel frustrated, it makes you feel angry, it makes you feel joyful, makes you feel like you score a winning goal in the last minute. You don't even need your car. You could run home because you've got that much adrenaline in you. So, yeah, I'm not saying I do think football's not simple, but I think it gets overcomplicated at times. And I do like my players to run at players and put crosses in. And I do like our set pieces to be aggressive. And I do like my teams to create loads of opportunities to score. However, I also know the hardest thing in football is to score. And that's why, when teams don't win Premier Leagues, they bemoan the fact they haven't got a proper number 9, or, it's normally goals scored, which is the problem, and that is the hardest bit. And like, if I had the chances we had last week, I think, and they don't mind me saying it because it's quite obvious, there's not even an elephant in the room, it's like a herd of elephants, but, Mendes had a shot that the keeper stuck his toe out, another inch to the right goes in, Pato had 2 absolute beauts to score off, which you would fancy him. And 2 fell to Paul Warne when he just come on, which you'd fancy him to score. So realistically, over the course of the game, if it was anything but football, you'd come away with something, wouldn't you? But that is the hardest thing in football. I completely agree. We do have great attacking options. However, not everything you hit goes in, and the keeper pulled off a few good saves as well. Fair play to him, but I can't criticise the group because they did everything they could to win a game. You can criticise the group if they don't tackle, if they don't run back, or if they don't stick to structure, or if they don't do what you want. But the hardest thing is getting the ball from A to B, getting in the penalty box. That is difficult because all teams are trying to stop you. But when you're in there to try and create a goal scoring opportunity and to beat a goalkeeper is tough. And you do need to create a lot of chances to win. We just didn't take them. But I do know that over the course of the season, if we were to dominate the ball and dominate chances created like that, more often than not, you get what you deserve. So I don't get me wrong. If you ask me that in 6 weeks' time, we still haven't scored, then you'd be speaking to someone else. I appreciate that, but I'm pretty proud of how we played. If we didn't create any, then I'd have a concern.
Was the Cheltenham game a bit of a false dawn? Everybody got a bit carried away early on, too early in the season.
Who would have thought football fans would get carried away after a 5-0 win? Who would have thought it? Not so much a false dawn. I think, weirdly, we had I might be wrong, so someone will tell me I'm wrong, but we might have had a greater XG against Walsall than we did against Cheltenham, weirdly. But against Cheltenham, everything that could go right did go right. Every opportunity we had, we put away. If I remember Aaron's goal, but I remember Rush's goal is like an inch to the left, the keeper's getting a fingertip to, an inch to the right, fingertip to, an inch to the left, it hits the post and comes out. So the precision on the finishing was like the best it could be, and that's probably the only difference. I don't think our performance level was any different, but I like fans to get excited. Why not? Life's too short, and don't try and keep your happiness for next week. If we win tomorrow, you should leave the place thinking you've won the league and got in the Champions League. Why not? You might as well be happy. You don't know what's going to happen on the way home, do you? So I do get that people get excited when the team wins, but then I think they should, because it's an exciting sport and you've got to enjoy the good times.
And you've rightly said, we're not going to win every game. No football club goes through a whole season without losing. But having lost last Saturday, and there's one coming up now against a good team, does it add a little layer of extra spice to you?
To me personally, yeah. if I'm honest, like I don't, if you're on the back of 3 wins, you still want to win the 4th. But if you draw or you don't win, you think, well, over 4 games we've got 9 points. But if you lose, then the next game doesn't become more spicy, and it doesn't. You don't want to win it more. You just feel the importance of the win more is probably the best way to put it. So, like I've had it loads of times as a player and as a coach and as a manager where you lose back-to-backs or something, it feels like the end of the world there, but like 4 weeks down the line you completely forgot about it. But in the same way, in fairness, Grimsby had come off a defeat against Bristol Rovers at the weekend, so not every team's going to win every game, understandably, and we're both probably a bit like, right, we need to get last Saturday out of the way. So it does probably add a bit more to me personally, because I know that if one's successful, and my wife's not coming this weekend, which is great news because she didn't come to Cheltenham, so that's a good sign, isn't it? But the drive home will be, it's a long time to drive home if you don't get 3 points. So I'm excited to see how the lads perform, but then not overconfident either. I know we're playing against a good team and we'll have to be at our best.
Lovely. Thanks, Paul.
No worries. Thank you.